All right, let's head to the crypto space and see what's happening there. I think one of the big stories coming from there is the venture capital firms. They invested $4.8 billion in crypto startups in the first quarter of 2025. And this is indicating a resurgence of crypto-related deals. Digital assets firm Galaxy reported this in its deal summary, noting that this represents a 40% increase compared to the fourth quarter of 2024. According to them, they say that it was not just the amount that VCs have poured into the crypto firms that increased, but the number of deals have also risen, with 446 deals in the quarter, representing a 7.5% quarter-on-quarter increase. So interesting there, the $2 billion investment of the United Arab Emirates, MGT, into the Binance accounted for nearly half of that total investment and was enough to make up the first quarter best quarter for the crypto and blockchain startup investment since 2023. So the United Arab Emirates, they are getting really serious with crypto. I don't know what they see, but they're really pushing the boundaries. And I don't know if they're going to overtake the United States when it comes to this, but that's they are the major drivers of that VC into the crypto space. There's also the Fastex launching Your Wallet. It's a new crypto wallet. The Fastex announced this, an upgraded version of its existing Fastex wallet app. The migration process has already started. It allows users to transition smoothly to Your Wallet to benefit from enhanced functionality and performance. Your Wallet introduces several enhancements, including real-time notifications for wallet activities, cryptocurrency, price alerts, and all of that. And then the other story is Kuwait. Kuwait is cracking down on Bitcoin mining and amid power crisis. So they were once considered a haven for cost-effective Bitcoin mining, but they've launched a sweeping crackdown on the practice. According to a report on May 1, authorities began targeting residential properties that are involved in cryptocurrency. So they're really taking it micro, citing that the activity is a major burden on the national power grid. The Ministry of Interior stated that mining operations pose a serious risk to public safety by unlawfully consuming electricity and potentially triggering power outage. You have Solomon Amunde now joining us for the program. Hi, Solomon. Oh, yeah, we see the numbers. Solomon, welcome to the program. I know you see the numbers right there also. So we see Bitcoin is in the green, 96. It went to 97, I believe, at some point, but dropped to 96. But there's hardly a movement around Ethereum, and I wonder what it is, Solomon. What do you find? What's going on? I thought, once you had Bitcoin moving, then you also had the alt following. What's happening around here?
Yeah, so Ethereum is actually having its bad time right now. Although no doubt the chart is looking on its quite bullish. It's sitting on a very, very interesting support level. When you look at Bitcoin Ethereum chart, it has a very, very solid support level, and we should be expecting a bounce. But aside that, investors' interest in Ethereum isn't at all-time high right now, especially with good competition and statistics and stats rather from Solana. Solana has been outperforming Ethereum on so many metrics. So right now, people are just hoping that Ethereum would bounce based on what we are seeing on the charts, which looks quite positive. But aside that, long term, people are still bullish on Ethereum. We still expect it to do at least 80% pump to like $3,500. And that's what's expected. But that will take some time, though. Take some time.
What are possible drivers? Because one would have thought that with the stability we're having now, which I believe is what's driving Bitcoin, then Ethereum would also follow suit.
Yeah, so what's majorly driving Bitcoin now is demand. Most companies are looking at setting their Bitcoin strategic reserve, and we also have lots of companies that are aggressively buying Bitcoin. Now, if you ask yourself, the next cryptocurrency that they would want to load up is Ethereum. So we have Ethereum as one of the top cryptocurrencies they want to load up, Ripple too as one of them. Then we also have Solana. So it's quite inevitable for us to see the price of Ethereum go up. It will happen. It's just a matter of time, but definitely it would happen because it's still on the cards for investors, especially the long-term investors, because Ethereum remains a pioneer of blockchains that are capable of smart contracts. So that gives it a huge edge.
All right. So, and one of the stories, leading stories, that venture capital firms invested $4.8 billion in crypto in the first quarter. This is an increase of about 40% quarter on quarter. And it does seem that the United Arab Emirates is leading. What are your thoughts on this?
I think the UAE would want to also pump in more funds into cryptocurrencies, especially as we see AI growing aggressively, and also we see interest in AI. And we know that UAE, they love to give their people the best technology and want to simplify, and they also love to test and try new stuff, especially when it works. So crypto works, crypto makes life easy, it makes transaction much easier. And they have been showing this interest for over 3 to 4 years now. So I expect them to double down on their spending and also try to innovate more around the technology. It's quite interesting too and lovely that USA has aligned with cryptocurrency. So generally speaking, the ecosystem would benefit so much from this within the next few years.
And as
So
you
it's a healthy
mentioned, AI.
competition.
AI seems to be a driver too at this time.
Yeah. AI is like the most interesting topic right now. It's looking like the next big thing. If you look at even all the Web2 companies, they are all incorporating and creating their own version of AI, down to even Google, down to WhatsApp. We're seeing this. So it's only nice and also smart that every other company and every other ecosystem and industry tries to align with AI, and we'll see lots of investments too. So it's only natural to see the crypto industry push forward too for AI, because we strongly believe that most of the transactions, at least 50-60% of the transactions online in the next 3 to 4 years, will be done by AI. So
When,
that's what we
when
expect to see.
so Solomon, when you say 50-60% to be done by AI, will AI be doing the trading? Is it, providing the data? What trend do you expect to see?
Yeah, the number one area where AI will be able to generate about its bulk transaction from is from trading. So we'll see lots of automated trading happening where AI will be looking through statistics and coming up with its algorithm to trade and also decide when to close certain trades. So we're also seeing AI agents, which are just simply like bots that can execute tasks on your behalf. And one of the easiest way in terms of crypto to implement this is when it comes to trading. So that's how they'll be able to generate the bulk of their transaction volume is via trading.
Well, I hope Nigeria will not be left behind in this AI drive because, when it comes to do with infrastructure and things like that, a lot of weaknesses seem to drag the country from adopting or being part of it.
Yeah, hopefully Nigeria doesn't get left behind. But if we want to be at the forefront, we have to start making the moves right now. The government has to be very intentional. Like you can see in other countries like UAE, you can see the government getting very involved. Even in the USA, government is getting very involved. So in Nigeria, we should see stuff like that. We should see funding initiatives to push this technology. That's what we want to see, basically, from the government.
You don't think the ISA is enough to bring in that confidence and bring in the funding?
I didn't get that.
The ISA, the Investments and Securities Law that was just passed and signed by the president.
Yeah, it is, but it is not enough. We want to see the government commit. We want to see the government come out and say, okay, we are setting aside 15 billion naira for blockchain initiative to push AI, to tutor people, to set up boot camps and stuff like that. That's like what we want to see the government do. Yeah, so if we see things like that and partnership with maybe some universities doing research in these areas, then that would show that the government is very much committed to making this happen. We have the brains in Nigeria to get these things done. We 100% have the brains. What they just need is the support from the government.
All right, we hope the government hear you and they could prioritize it. We have a lot of needs in this country that requires government funding. But I mean, this will create jobs and all, especially when well managed. But just before I let you go, so where do you see us going now? We've seen green for a couple of days now on Bitcoin. Is this sustainable? Do we expect, another drag?
Yeah, so the upward momentum for Bitcoin right now is very, very strong. I see Bitcoin making a move for 100K. If we are able to go past 100K, we'll most likely aim for a new all-time high in this second quarter. But the trajectory right now is fully bullish, and the bad days are behind us. I don't see us making a move for $70,000 again.
Not even if China and US don't have this talk?
Well, if they do that, then we know that it's market and manipulation. But right now, everything is looking solid. Yeah.
All right, Solomon, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Ini.